Welcome to Meal Prep with Coach LJ. We are on episode 15 of Paleo with Macros. Last week was our last episode on phase 1, so we've gone from base to phase 1, and now this week we're starting phase 2. Last week I also introduced you guys to the RP app diet, and so I hope you've had time to check that out and had a free week, trial week. You get one more because you get 2 weeks that are free, and then if you like it, you can subscribe to it. So this week, like I said, we're going into phase 2. Because of that, as we go through things today, I have a contest challenge like we did recently where Amanda won the shirt. Our challenge is, which macro is reduced the most in this phase? So you'll see a lot of what we're going to talk about today was very similar, but there is something reduced by a significant amount that you should notice if you've been watching the past episodes. All right, so let's go through our meals. Meal 1, basic protein shake as a meal replacement, not a recovery shake. And again, if you're a coffee drinker, you can have your coffee with some MCT oil in it as your fat. If not, then you can put some almond butter or something for your fat in your protein shake. Meal 2 is a veggie egg scrambler again, and this is with egg whites only. Meal 3 is still going to be our cauliflower chicken sandwich, or it can really be whatever type of deli meat you want that meets your macros. Turkey and chicken is recommended. Meal 4 is still a yogurt with powdered almond, protein, and fruit that fits your macros. We combined last week meal 5 and 6 for recovery shake because some people had mentioned that some of these meals was just too much. They couldn't eat it all. They couldn't fit it in. So combining that and just saying drink 1/4 of it then during your strength of your workout, and then drink the rest afterwards, but with 5 grams of almond butter, which I showed you a good source for that from peanut butter and the not chocolate factory, and the peanut butter factory or something like that. I can't remember now. We'll have to look back. And then we have meal 7, which is tilapia with broccoli and squash. And we chose tilapia this week because Publix had a great sale on it. But you can do salmon or mahi-mahi or whatever fish that you like that just fits your macros once again. Now, before I show you the meals, whoever guesses the contest challenge or is the closest this time to guessing correctly, then they will win, instead of a t-shirt, this food and fitness journal. So some people say they don't have time to put it in their phone. They'd rather just write something. So I got this journal that our winner can receive, and they can write down their activity, their breakfast, their lunch, etc. It does have where you can put your calories, your fat, and your carbs. So you would just want to add in there your protein for your macros. So that will be what our winner gets, and we will announce the winner on episode 16. All right, not showing meal 1 because that has been for the past 15 episodes, so we should definitely have that one down by now. It's just a staple. All right, meal 2, egg white scrambler. I showed that last week, but with different veggies. This week we have asparagus, mushrooms, and onions in here. So you can really just put any vegetables you want. I think last week we had some spinach, peppers, onions, and tomatoes. So just very simple. You can even put this in a cupcake pan and do like egg white muffins. Or if you're patient and you're good at flipping, you can make an omelet as well. So very simple to do any of those 3. Just always scramble mine because it's quick and easy. All right, so meal 3, still the same of what it has been pretty much. I took out something which will be a big hint on the contest challenge. So really, if you look at meal 3, I bet you will be able to guess correctly. All right, moving on to meal 4. I told you last week I would show you a 3rd paleo type yogurt. So I've shown you 2 already, the Kite brand and the Silk brand. This is the coconut, So Delicious brand, that is the coconut milk. And this particular one is key lime flavored. But you still do want to add in some protein, a little bit of fruit, and some powdered almond butter. just to make sure you get your macros correct. But that is a different type yogurt that is paleo friendly, okay? All right, remember we are combining together the shake. And this I've shown before, the athletic greens, and I've also recommended Progenics as a recovery shake as well. Those two are awesome brands to have after your workout. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to meal 7, which is our tilapia with broccoli and squash. So I just put the tilapia on the bottom here. I seasoned it with dill. So there's dill on top of the tilapia. I put the broccoli on top of that. I did steam the broccoli first and then put it on top of the tilapia and then put it in the oven on 425 for just about 12 minutes. The broccoli has garlic powder and pepper on it. If you want some salt, there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't go too crazy with the salt. And then the squash I just put in here on the side. I did not actually cook the squash with this. The squash I did on top of the stove, just in a skillet. Did not add any fat in with this, so there's no oil or anything like that in with it, so keep that in mind, okay? And that's all of our meals, pretty short and sweet. It was very easy to do. I did want to show you guys an option for a snack or even a breakfast. I have discovered this and it's really good. It's called the Cereal School. Here's the nutrients on the back. You can see it's very high in protein, low in carbs, and not a lot of fat. So this is good if you're having to have your meal right before bedtime with that casein protein. This is an option that you could actually do with some coconut milk instead at bedtime, or this could be one of your breakfast items if it fits your macros. So check it out. This one reminds me of Cocoa Puffs. And there is a cinnamon one that's kind of like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This kind of makes you feel like you're having all those carbs when you're not, and you're getting some protein instead. So even though this week was very easy, I brought out our sign because the worst part of meal prepping is always the dishes and not really the food. The food's the fun part. So you guys just keep it simple, have fun with this, and keep up the great work. And I'll see you next week for episode 16 in phase 2.